The Cereal Soup Podcast.
I don't even know what that means.
No one knows what it means, but it's provocative.
No, it's not. It
Gets the people going.
All right, welcome to the second episode of the Cereal Soup Podcast. We're your host, Adam.
And Diane.
All right, and we're here back again to give y'all the cereals soup. And today we're going to talk about and discuss cancel culture and those people who are behind it and the individuals who fell victim to it.
Okay, so we're just going to get right into it. I mean, I'm not all that familiar with the cancel culture, but I know that people get very upset. I was watching one of the Love and Hip Hop reunions, and I think, was it Peter Guns, the one that has all the kids by the different women? Someone said something about like his son wanted to dress up as a ladybug, and he was like, "This could ruin my life. I'm a high school dropout," and all these things. So I feel like he was so afraid, like he didn't want like anything to be taken out of context, because I mean he felt like this would completely ruin his life. So I felt like it was really a strong thing. Also, there was another episode I think of I think it's the Love and Hip Hop with like Princess Love and Ray J. So Princess was really upset with this girl because she wanted to do like a all black woman's retreat. And she was like just so upset. Like, why shouldn't you make it for other women? Like, who are you to tell someone what to do with their business? Like, she didn't exclude anyone. It was just particularly for a group of people. So I inboxed her and I told her we're going to cancel her stupid ass. I don't like her because there was no reason for that. Like, why would you tell someone what to do with their business? I just think that we should all be really firm in our convictions about what we truly believe at our core. But I don't think that like one thing that someone says should make their careers be over. I think that's just a little too much.
Well, I'm more on the aspect of the forefront of like the social media battleground. More so the Instagram, more like, okay, like certain rappers like the Baby. He says some things that people got offended over, but like apparently a lot of these individuals like probably never been to a concert and never seen that atmosphere when like the artists actually get lit. So they took that whole situation, right, and took it out of content and tried to end this guy's entire career. I'm like, he's a rapper, like they're gonna say things to like get the audience going. So I still stand firm on my stance. Like, I feel as though if you're not on the forefront of these groups or organizations that, you know, represent that type of thing, I'm kind of like, I really feel like you shouldn't like have anything to say about it if you're not part of the LGBTQ or anything like that. But again, this is the internet we're dealing with, and before you find signs of intellect on the internet, you're gonna have to navigate through a lot of stupidity.
Well, I actually saw that situation after the last time we had the conversation regarding the Baby, and what he said was like, I'm sorry, I'm eating my soup. What he said was something in regards to if you don't have AIDS and HIV, like light your phone up. That wasn't specific to any group of people. That was a general statement. Lesbian and homosexual people aren't the only people that can contract HIV and AIDS.
Sure.
So I'm not even sure like why that whole thing just got blown out of proportion. No, he didn't say anything about someone's sexual preference at all. All he said was, if you don't have AIDS or HIV, light your phone up. Like, that had nothing to do with any group of individuals. So I'm not really sure why that became, like, cancel his whole career. Now, he's done a bunch of stupid shit with his kid's mom that I feel is more, like, reprehensible than saying, I mean, people contract AIDS and HIV. Like, it's not just a lesbian or gay thing. It's everyone can get it. So I'm not really sure. But being such an asshole to his kid's mom and jumping the kid's mom's, Danny Lynn's brother, that was a lot for me. So I'm not really sure why like they wanted to cancel. And someone threw an Adidas shoe on stage at him.
That was
That was like, what? He said, who the hell threw that busted ass Adidas up here on this stage? So I mean, I don't know. I don't want to say don't be sensitive, because I feel like everyone does have a right to speak their mind and actually be really grounded in their moral convictions. But like everything, like understand like the message. I don't think at all he was coming like for lesbian and gay people. I personally didn't get that from what I saw.
But it's like, okay, so that, like, and I think all of that stemmed from the whole, like, internet level beef he had with, like, Little Nas X. Like they had exchanged some words on Twitter, and everybody, like, took that situation and used it as fuel to fire, to add to the fire of the things he said during his Summer Jam performance. And I'm just like, that is the power of the internet. And it's like, when you're not a victim to the internet, when you're like have very strong moral conviction and you stand firm on what you believe in, the internet, I believe that the internet shouldn't be able to phase you. You should be able to like transcend it. You should be able to like transcend the internet. But again, this new social media influx of people getting famous off of it, you gotta walk on eggshells. Be careful not to say this, or you'll offend these group of people. It's like, me personally, I'm kind of glad I'm not famous yet, because I would be like the most unapologetic celebrity person. I would be like, look, it's worse. It's the internet. Like, I grew up watching wrestling in the Attitude Era, where it was really no censorship or sensitivity or anything like that. Everybody, like, cats knew how to separate fiction from fact. But like this new society, everybody is so goddamn fucking sensitive. It's like I was sensitive to that level at one point in my life, and then thank God I eventually transcended past that. So now I know I could just be like, okay, whatever. But not everybody have that superpower. Not everybody have that ability to be like, okay, whatever. It's just worse. It sits with them. So what message would you have to help individuals like that?
I mean, so here's the thing. Everyone grew up in their time. So I think when we were growing up, it was more like actual social connection. So when you take that interpersonal kind of contact out of anything and just have it on a platform where you can't be seen, you can kind of create a whole life that maybe isn't true to the real life that you live.
Facts.
Then that sort of becomes your reality. So I can't really say that people should transcend. I think it's just a sign of the times.
Yeah.
Now, what I don't think is right is to be able to kind of ruin a career based on a misunderstanding. And the thing about like written messages, you can never really tell the tone of them, which is why I think face-to-face interaction is just much better than like the social media platform. So I would just kind of say, just think of everything as if it were happening to you. If your career was to entertain the public and that's how you made your money, do you think that your career should be over for making one mistake? The baby ratchet as hell. Nas X, he's too much. It has nothing to do with his sexuality. The dude was in heaven, slid down a pole from heaven to hell to give the devil a lap dance. That's too far. I'm sorry. Like, that's just, I mean, like, in my opinion, that's extra as fuck. Like, just be great at what you do. To like do the whole, like to fuck with like God and the devil. That's like on purpose. So for me, like I don't know what the baby's beef was with Nas X, but my beef with Nas X is he's trying too fucking hard. If you're gonna be a good rapper, be a great rapper, be excellent, be the Lamborghini of rap.
Or if you representing like the LBGQ and all that thing,
I don't even
represent
think
that.
his job is to rap. So
Okay.
I don't care who he's representing. He's gonna appeal to a public, not just one group of people. So just be great at that. Gay and homosexual people listen to Jay-Z.
Facts.
So just be that good. Lamborghini doesn't ever advertise, but everybody wants one. Be that good. You don't have to play around with like stripping the God and the devil. Like that's too far. Like
Yeah.
he OD with that. I don't understand. Like it's like he's trying so hard to get attention. Like chill, son. Just be good and you'll get the attention.
But you gotta understand, this era is like this whole generation era is like based on attention. Like we came up in an era where respect was everything. Like respect was life. Like respect was breathing. Like respect was everything. Now this era, these cats is like trying to substitute respect for attention, and I just can't. I'm gonna be real. Like I can't wait until that whole aspect comes tumbling down. Like when respect, when respect is what's in again. That's when I started like appreciating the new stuff. I'm like, oh, thank God, it's something I can relate to because this whole like era of like cats doing the most for attention and not valuing respect. A lot of that comes from what you said earlier, being behind a mobile device, being behind a monitor. Like when you negate like the in-person, face-to-face interactions, you take away a lot of the psychology of learning people and like seeing what they're actually like.
Human connection.
Yeah, yeah.
And
So-
I agree with that, but I don't think that that's gonna change because I think that people who I think this is the information age, and I think that people are gonna like this is the new normal. I just really believe that it is. I just think that people should just take into consideration always like, okay, if this were me, how would I handle it? There's a lot of things that I don't like that people say. I don't know that I want their careers to end as a result of that. I would like them to be more sensitive to the idea of certain words. I mean, I hate the N word. Every rapper uses it. I bet you there's never going to be a cancel culture for that. Why is that? So I feel like respect is subjective. I think that we need to look at each other as like human. I don't understand like, the idea of not wanting to connect with other human beings. But it is what it is, and we all adapt or we die. That's what happens with human beings. So I just think that people should take into consideration like people make mistakes. No one's perfect. So with the baby situation, I can get him for 1,000 other things. But that, I'm sorry, like it's a reach. It's a reach.
Yeah, and back to what I was saying, and that's why, like, with that, that's why I felt like the whole LGBT community and all that stuff. I got nothing against it, but I think they're like low key bullies. Because if you think about it, that's kind of what they tried to do to the baby. Like they tried to bully the dude, and I'm like, from what you said, it wasn't directed towards like any particular group or anything like that. It was a general statement, and then they all just swarmed and attacked. Even you had Madonna say something to him. I'm like, Madonna, you don't listen to rap. Well, I don't think Madonna listens to rap. So I'm like, why do you even have an opinion? Not like I be feeling like that. I'm like, you're not influential in the hip hop community. So like maybe you might be influential in the LGBTQ community, but I've never seen you do a collab with a rapper or anything.
Yeah, I think
like
she
that.
did something with Drake and her and 50 Cent always going back and forth. So it doesn't matter. Like, I don't think it matters like who you identify most with because we all identify with each other on some level. I think it's just more of a make it make sense thing. Like, he's done far more fucked up things than, say, raise your light if you don't have AIDS or HIV. And I would understand the cancel if AIDS and HIV were was a specific virus or disease to a specific group of people, but every single human being on the planet can contract HIV and AIDS. So I don't think it was specifically targeted towards just the LGBTQ. I'm sorry guys, I don't know the whole thing, but that community, I just don't think so. And I believe that we're all just human. So, like, it's not just like, okay, black, white, gay. Like, can't we all just be, like, just human beings? Like, just, would that ever be possible? I mean, I just don't understand it.
All right, well, let's shift over to a potentially justified cancel. And this one is in the form of a gentleman named Tory Lanez and his situation with Meg Thee Stallion. Now, I had a former friend who was like a big Tory Lanez fan, so, and she was a chick, so she literally was like, he could do no wrong, he didn't shoot her or anything like that. I'm like, look, these people make way more money than I've ever seen in life so far, so I don't delve too deep into it. But I do know, like, he was, like, a hero during the quarantine times. Like, quarantine radio was, in fact, very entertaining on Instagram. It was very entertaining. But it was, like, that whole situation, like, almost canceled him. Almost could, like, to an extent, he don't get, like, ultra big shows or anything like that. But he shifted to it, like, he's independent. So upon him finally getting out of his deal, he shifted over to doing NFTs and stuff like that. Now, personally, I honestly don't know. Like, I like Meg Thee Stallion too, because, you know, she's a chick. I'm a guy. I'm attracted to chicks. So I'm gonna like Megan Thee Stallion in that aspect. And, you know, once in a while, she'll put out a hot song. Like, to me, the definitive Megan Thee Stallion song is Savage. Especially the one with Beyonce. Like, that song was lit. But she, like, her music is geared more towards, like, you know, females doing, like, you know, their hot girl thing and stuff like that. So I'm not gonna, like, go to Megan Thee Stallion for, like, no ultra significant bars. Even though she can freestyle. Like, I heard her on the LA Leakers.
And she's signed by Jay, and she's college educated. But I just want to make one correction: the LGBTQIA community, which is lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer. So I just wanted to shout out all the LGBTQIA community.
Where did the IA come from? Is that new?
Everything's new.
They added that. They're like, all right, we just go through 2 extra letters on
See, now that's when you get canceled. When you say they and add whatever you guys want, I'm good with it. Yeah. But I mean, when I think of Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez, I don't really see like the actual entertainer. I see the actual incident. I feel like black women are the most underprotected women on this planet. Sure. And if someone says that they shot, she was shot for real, right? So she was shot for real. And she accused him of doing it. Why are we so easily influenced to say, oh no, she's lying. What reason did she didn't shoot herself? Like, why would she say she didn't? That, like, he did it. If he did it, it just, like, I feel like, and this is where I go down to, like, culture, and I maybe will get into race a little bit. If it were any other, like, culture, if Kylie was the one, she was in a car, if she was the one shot, it would be no question if she said Tory Lanez shot her. So, like, if the woman said he shot her, and she didn't go to the police or anything because of the whole Black Lives Matter movement, he shot her, and for that, his ass should be canceled. Saying something is one thing. Doing something that could kill a person, that's a no-brainer. Every culture, every genre, like, fuck him all the way with his little ass. Like, he had to shoot a girl. Like, who the fuck? Like, I don't know how anybody respects him. Like, at all. Like, even to be accused of, like, shooting a woman. Like, get your little ass out of here. I can't stand. I don't like dudes like that. I don't agree with that. I think he's corny as fuck. I never heard his music. He looks like Alf. Fuck him. Bars.
Well, like me, other than like him like making quarantine entertaining, it's only like as I see it from that situation. I like I said personally, I didn't delve too deep into it. I just like see like the artist aspects simply because I wasn't there. So I'm not like I'm 100% neutral on this. I'm like,
All right, that's a great example. So what if I got shot and I called you and I said, so whoever I'm dating at the time shot me? You weren't there, but you gonna believe me, right?
yeah,
Because
sure.
I'm your sister.
Of course.
So that's what I mean about black women being underprotected.
Okay.
So like I said, there's a lot of things that can be like insinuated, but not actual facts. But 9 times out of 10, I believe wholeheartedly, had that been another race of woman that accused someone, I mean, men has gone to jail, black men have gone to jail years and years and years just because someone said they raped them who wasn't black. But when it comes to black women, there's always room for
Questions, yeah.
And why why aren't black women protected just like anybody else? Like, we're all human. I don't understand it. For me, if that woman says he shot her, he shot her. Until there's evidence to the contrary, he shot her. Point blank, period. And I feel like that's what we have to do to protect not just black women, but all women. Like, there's no reason, you know what I mean? Emmett Till got fucking killed and beat to death at 14 years old for being accused of whistling at a white woman. But Megan Thee Stallion said that a guy shot her and didn't call the police on him, and we question that? Come on. Make it make sense. I don't know where they do that at.
The internet.
Yeah, that's really sad.
That's where they do that on the internet. All right, in closing, we hope, I know this is like kind of dated news, but you gotta understand, like, these were the like top events, top things that took place in the whole coming of cancel culture. Like, these were like the like the highlights, because after these moments passed, cancel culture declined a lot, as it should have, because a lot of people saying that, a lot of like the aspects of cancel culture is like, to me, if you think about it, it's like low key bullying. Like, very, very low key. Like, it's like, I will bully you, but we won't acknowledge we're bullying you. We'll just try to like make it seem like you're really this ultra insensitive individual, and then try to get these like, try to get certain groups of people to side with our point of view, and then we all just attack you all at the same time. So
and with that being said, I'd rather be bullied on social media than by the police. So I mean, there are some, like, it's ups and downs to everything. But the only problem with, like, again, I think that everyone is entitled to feel however they need to feel about anything. You should always stand firm to your beliefs. I believe that totally. However, when it comes to canceling a career, make sure that the end justifies the means. That's all I'm saying. Like, if you got shot by your boyfriend, like, he shouldn't be your boyfriend anymore. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so I think, like, just make the punishment equal to the crime. So, you know what I mean? Like, so what he said, in my opinion, shouldn't end his career. Maybe, take some hits here and there because it could have been misunderstood. But I didn't take it offensively at all, because everyone can get the virus and disease. So I just didn't think it was that. But I don't like him for what he did to his kid's mom, like Danny Lynn, or like her brother. I don't like the way that he portrays himself to certain women. That's really disrespectful to me. So there's things that I like and there's things that I don't like. Do I think any of it should impact his career? If people want to buy his albums. It's fine with me.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, when dealing with the internet, what it's supposed to be is in fact entertainment. That's what, in the confines of the internet and the entertainment, that's what it's supposed to be. But alas, a lot of individuals don't see it as that. But I'm glad you guys tuned in. We hope we gave you some insight of the rise and decline in the significant happenings in that of cancel culture. So, well, until next time, I'm Adam.
And I'm Diane.
See ya.
Cereal Soup. Peace.
Really make it out alive.